folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Mark Hazzard, Merc, issue 5 by Marvel. Now, there is fighting, shooting, killing, explosions, and violence in this one. So if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. So, it's been quite a long time since I've gotten back to Mark, good old Mark. I stopped at issue 4, and it was a few months ago. So, when we last left him off, he was going to face the police in the sense of he was going to face the charges against him, and, you know, whatever happens, happens. So he promised his son, whose name I forgot. So that's what ended there, and I thought issue 5 would continue that, but apparently not. I guess either all that already passed, or they just decided to move on to something different. But anyway, this story starts in New York, where Mark lives. We see Mel walking to downtown and going into a martial arts studio. The master is the priestess, who's this lady here. And there we find Mark with the priestess. One of the students calls him a white fat man, it challenges him, and Mark just kicks him. Anyway, Mel has come looking for Mark. This is Mel, one of his fellow mercenaries. He wants his help. His sister has been kidnapped. His sister's name is Phoenix. She's his only kin. She started hitting she is a singer. Yeah, she's a rock singer in the club, and he tells Mark that she's been kidnapped by this biker from a gang who wanted her. So he needs his help to rescue her. And we see a mini flashback on the side next to Mark where Mel saves his life. So of course he's going to help, and he has a few ideas. So we get to this, bar where the biker gang hangs out. So the plan, they need Priestess's help. So she dresses up as a biker chick, arrives at this bar, and goes in and distracts the patrons, while Mel and Mark go around the building and climb in there. She distracts them by, dancing on the bar, I think. So they go in, upstairs there are rooms, and also Mel prepares some explosives. That's his expertise. They go into a room where they see the biker and Phoenix, and Mel's sister, sleeping, and he takes out almost looks like an old leather wallet with some coins. I don't know, something like that, and he hits the biker on the head, and then he hits his sister on the head. And Mark's like, Mel, what are you doing? And Mel tells him, she would have started yelling, so I had to do something. We don't want her to start a ruckus. So Mel grabs her, and then they go out of the room. They're on the second floor, and they give the okay sign to Priestess down below, and she's like, finally. Just at that moment, one of the patrons grabs her, wants to have a fun time, and then she kicks him, and then a few other patrons approach her. You're not going anywhere, sweetheart. Well, I say patrons, but they're probably also members of the bike gang. And she also fights a few of them off, and then throws a shuriken star. And she leaves and quickly gets on her bike. And then they the biker that took Phoenix runs out and said she's been taken. And the other bikers are like, we gotta get that chick, she probably knows something, but but Priestess already drove off. Then they go out, but Mel has turned on his explosions, and that's it. They have no bikes, I think. And they managed to get out of there. Then the next day, it's the evening. The biker and a few members of his gang drive to the, what is it, like, bar, not bar, but where Phoenix performs. Maybe nightclub would be appropriate. And drive to the nightclub, and she, They drive to the nightclub, and they obviously wants to take Phoenix back, but Mark and Mel are on the rooftop, or Mark's on one rooftop, Mel's on the other rooftop, and then they're like, you're not getting any closer, or get any closer and you'll die. So the bikers down low, like, we'll come back eventually. You can't guard it all the time. Eventually we'll get through and I'll get Phoenix back. And then Mark offers him like a showdown sort of thing. Alright, where was I? Yeah, so he offers him, meet me at dawn, sorry, not showdown. Meet me at dawn, and, we'll settle this. And the biker agrees. They're like, okay. And Mel's like, genius, Mark. They're gonna meet at this place. He said, I'll go and, set things up there. Basically, he's gonna put more explosives there and do something. So, and Mark's like, yeah, I'm going to figure some things out first. Then at dawn, Mel's already there, put the explosives ready. And then Mark arrives as well, and wait, let me see if this was here. Second. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, and then he goes to Mel, and he tells him, then Mel turns around, he sees him, and Mark's like, my friend, you seem to have forgot to mention to me that Phoenix wasn't kidnapped. So yeah, Mel lied. Phoenix wasn't kidnapped. She's dating this biker. She loves him. And he just made up the whole story of the kidnapping. And obviously Mark is fucking pissed. We thought they were rescuing her, but it was just Mel doesn't want her to date a biker. And I'm like, dude, you're a mercenary. So, it's really that bad if she dates a biker. But anyway, he punches him. They're about to start fighting. Mark punches Mel. But then the bikers arrive, and Mel's like, there they are. So then a fight starts because Mel wants to use the explosives. But Mark doesn't want to let him do that, obviously. Like, he can't kill them. Then, yeah, they arrive, he goes for the explosions, but then the biker intervenes, the one that's Phoenix's boyfriend. And Mark gets pissed at him and is like, you idiot, I'm trying to help you. If you stand in my way, I'll kill you. Well, that would not really help Mark. And then Mark stands between the boyfriend and Mel, and he's like, Mel, think about it. Do you really want your sisters to live a life where she has to listen to what someone else tells her to do, not making any of her own choices? And he remembers his own life with his parents. And it looks like Mel is hesitating, probably, thinking maybe he's right. But then the other bikers start shooting at them. And it's like, oh, God. So then, look out, so that's it. Mel's gets trigger happy. And so it's dying time. And then he turns on the button, and that's it. And then there's just the boyfriend left. But then suddenly Phoenix arrives, and she's like, "Please, Mel, I love him. No, don't do it." And then Mark stands in front of them and says, "Mel, just let it go," and tells them, "Quick, you two, get the hell out of here." And they agree, and then Mel's like, "Mark." And, pulling up his gun, and he's like, "Mark." And then the police arrive, and as Mark leaves with Priestess, I guess she was stuck around there, and she hops on her bike. Okay, and then it's like, I don't know, maybe the next day or something, or a few days later, we see Mark going somewhere in a cab, and it's a concert hall, and he meets Priestess, who also arrives there, and she's like, "Mark, thank you for the invitation." And he says, "I was about to thank you. What are you talking about?" And then they sit down, and Mel appears, and he says, "I'm afraid I'm the one who sent the invitations." And he says, as a form of apology for all this. And Mark's like, "Mel, never apologize. It's a sign of weakness." He's like, "Oh, Mark, just enjoy the show." And Priestess like, "Oh, what's this? Is this a concert of your sister?" And he's like, "No, this is real music." So he doesn't even say sister's music. And so they're gonna see a concert of Beethoven. Someone's gonna play Beethoven on the piano. And that's it. That's where the issue ends. So this was an interesting. Let me start with the cover. But first of all, the cover is cool, though Priestess never shoots a gun. I think she's more of a martial arts lady. Well, it's obvious from her school, but it's really cool, though misleading. But Mel does look trigger happy, as he usually does. Let me show you. Always the art style is very good. You see that's Mel in the red. He's completely red in here. Oh, look, an M&M's commercial. There's the guy he knocks out, who calls him a fat white pig, was it? Yeah, white pig. I don't get why fat, though. Mark's not fat. Or the kids just not used to seeing, this is Phoenix this Easter. And there's, like, the supposed kidnapping that didn't actually happen. Because Mel's like, "Oh, I can't go to the cops." And he's like, "Of course, because, well, she wasn't kidnapped. How the fuck are you going to go to the cops?" And there's Priestess in her biker outfit looking good. See? Great distraction. This is that bar, I imagine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a bar. Oh, yeah, there's even says bar. A bar with rooms, like an old saloon. Okay. So that was the art and the cool cover. Now for the story. I do find it interesting that it didn't continue the, Mark going to face the consequences of that. And they just decided to drop it because, how long are you going to drag it? But then there was that whole storyline with his ex-wife's new husband, the boss, the new husband's boss, he wants to get Mark. So I wonder why that didn't continue yet. This war feels like it was kind of, I don't know, like a filler, like a fill-in story for now. I was trying to think of a different direction. Not that it wasn't good. I mean, it was still good. It just, it feels like there should have been, more of a connection there to what happened previously. But again, maybe they decided to move on, which makes it interesting what's going to be in the next issue. Is it gonna have more priestess, or is it gonna be completely something different? I don't know. I mean, regardless, I still really enjoyed it. It was nice to read Mark again. And Merc, I should say. I mean, at least there's always shooting and action, that's for sure. But yeah, still a really good one. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna continue on and see what happens in issue 6. I must admit, now I have no idea where it's going to continue. I thought there would, this one, when I finally got around to it, I would read how Mark has to, face those consequences. But here we are. Again, maybe they just decided, this will be like, some time later, and now Mark's trying to lay low. And maybe try not to be a mercenary. Sorry. But, still do stuff with guns. But yeah, that was issue 5 of Mark Hazzard Merc. In my mind, when I try to tell someone about something like, Mark Spector, fuck. It's Mark Hazzard. Too many Marks. Oh well, folks, that is it. Let me know what you thought of issue 5 of Mark Hazzard Merc. And that is it. Remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!